All right, hello Algebra 1. Today we're going to look at 6.7, factoring ax squared plus bx plus c. Listen, this is just more practice factoring, and trust me, I think you'll appreciate it. So really, we're just factoring quadratics again today using the AC method. And it's funny because they say we're going to solve some real life problems, but we don't have one on this. But I should probably add one because I think there's some shapes on your homework that you might need to deal with. So I don't know, but yeah, you do this exact same thing we've been doing in the previous lesson. We're gonna see if we can factor out a GCF first, and we cannot. And then if it's degree 2, if it's a quadratic, you're gonna try the AC method. You're gonna multiply A and C together to get 6. And then you're gonna think of two numbers that multiply together to make 6, but add together to make -7. Maybe -2 and -3. That adds up to -5, but not -7. There's nothing else. Oh, but we can use 1 and 6. So let's use -1, -6, and I think that makes -7, and it does. So now we split up the middle term. And then we factor by grouping. Make sure a plus sign's in between. Factor out a common monomial. Oh, whoops. I forgot that I need to take out a negative. Do you guys see how those don't match? But if I factor out a -3, they'll match. -6 divided by -3 is +2. +3 divided by -3 is -1. Oh yeah, there we go. Now we match. Factor out the common binomial, and that leaves behind a binomial as well. And we're in factored form. And you could totally multiply that out and find out that it will match. Okay, one of the biggest reasons we do all this is so that we can solve using the zero product property. So let's do it. Now notice we've got a negative out front, so we should always factor out a negative when we have a negative out front. But I think we can factor out more. All of those numbers in each term are even, so I think we can factor out a -2 here. Can't take out an x because they don't all have x, but I'm pretty sure we can take out a -2. And then that will leave us with, we'll divide, so that'll be 4x squared minus 12x minus 7. And it's equal to 0. Now class, this is gonna look kind of cumbersome, but what we're gonna do is I don't wanna lose this -2. I mean, we could actually divide the -2 over and get rid of it, but I wanna show you what it looks like if you factor out a monomial first and then do the AC method. So what we gotta do is we gotta do AC, and AC is 4 times -7, so it's -28. And then we're thinking of our two numbers that multiply -28, add -12. And I mean, I tried 4 and 7 first, but that didn't work. And then there's 2 and 14. Oh, and that works if I make it -14 and +2. So we'll go -2, 4x squared plus 2x minus 14x minus 7. And I still kept the -2 and the parentheses around it. I still kept it equals 0. Now I'm going to factor by grouping by adding parentheses inside the parentheses. And we still got our -2. It's still hanging around. Factor out the GCF here is going to be 2x. divide, we're going to get 2x plus 1. Back here, we have to take out a negative, and it looks like we can take out a negative 7. Divide, and we get 2x plus 1. We're almost there, class. We still have the negative 2 out front, but now we're going to factor out the common binomial, which is 2x plus 1. And then that leaves behind a 2x minus 7. And at this point, we can do the zero product property. We could set negative 2 equals 0, but that wouldn't help us at all. That doesn't give us any, that's silly talk. But we'll set this equal to 0, and we'll get negative 1/2. We'll set this equal to 0, and we'll get 7 over 2, otherwise known as 3.5. All right, well, thank you for watching. That was pretty quick. Yeah, practice. Have a good day.